Hi guys, so this video is going to be a quick tutorial on how I made these cute little bat wing bows that I've seen a few people do, but I kind of DIY'd it on my own because I couldn't afford, or not that I couldn't afford, but I didn't want to invest in the large die that I saw Scrap Diva 29 haul on Aliexpress, but it is one that will cut through thicker materials. So I can link her video down below if you're interested in seeing her die. I also saw Craft Purge here on YouTube show how she made these with her Cameo. I don't have a Cameo, so I was trying to figure out how to make these cute little bows on my own, and I'm sure you guys could also figure it out on your own. But I'll just show you what I did. So I used this Aliexpress very inexpensive bow die. If I'm not mistaken, this was under $2 and it came with 3 different sizes. So this is the largest of the 3, but you could definitely make these bows in the itty bitty version if you have this die set. If you're interested in this die set, I'll link it down below. Tons of sellers have this on AliExpress. So that's what I used. And then of course you'll need your cardstock. So I just have some purple glitter cardstock and basic black here, a pair of scissors, and I used this really old hole puncher, and I'll tell you why. You can use this kind of punch, hole puncher, but it's the way that this lip sticks out, it's kind of a little bit difficult to punch the holes, the edges of the bat wings, and when you see me do it, you'll understand why. So I had this really old one in my stash with the heavy duty metal piece, and it just worked a little better for me. If you don't have that kind of hole puncher, or even the regular Fiskars one, maybe you have a pair of these kind of scissors, you could definitely use this, or a squiggle line, and if not, then you could freehand, cut the edges yourself. I was using this kind of double-sided adhesive, but of course you could use this or liquid glue, any kind of liquid glue you have. But really this die is the major element into making these bows. So I'm just going to show you quickly how I did it. So first, what you want to do is die cut a bunch of this piece of the bow, which is the piece you fold to make, the little bubbly part. And then you only need to die cut one of these, and I'll show you why. So what you're going to do is take your cardstock, and I had some traced out. So on the glittered cardstock, you could just cut out a piece, and then on the back side of it, trace your bow. But what you want to do is trace your bow, and instead of going in on these dips, just kind of round it off. You could even extend it a little to give yourself some room to play with. But basically all you need to do is cut out this portion of the bow without those edges, right? So you only need to die cut one of these because it's going to be your template. And then what I did was I stacked up a few layers of cardstock and I just hand cut them just so I'd have a bunch at one time. So once you have this kind of cut out, all you have to do is, I'll show you. You're going to take this piece of bow and you're just going to fold it down the middle. Hopefully you can see me. So it doesn't matter if you fold this piece because this is going to get wrapped around your bow, and you'll probably use a center anyway. So you're going to have something that looks like this. Right? Can you see that? And then what you're going to do is, so this is the bottom and this is the top. You're going to take your scissors and you're just going to cut this at an angle. So you're going to go this way. Can you see that? So that you have already the kind of shape of the bat wings, right? So once you have that, really simply, all I did was kind of punch, and I don't know if you'll be able to see me do it. Maybe if I do it this way. But I'll just do it and then I'll show you. So you just want to punch the edges of the wings. Because you cut it at an angle, you can just punch right down, and it's going to give you that edged angle you need for it to look like a bat wing. So when you open it back up, that's what you have. Then you just take your regular little bow piece And you do what you always do, fold up the edges. Sorry, I'm sure I'm off camera. So you make your little front bow piece. And then you layer it onto your little bat wings, like so. And I'm sure with my lighting, you probably can't see it so well. But then you would just kind of tuck this like always and wrap it around. Then use some adhesive on the back to keep that little piece down. And what you'd wind up with is, you know, your little bow like this. So this is how it came out. And like I was saying, if you didn't have the hole punch to do this with, I made a larger one out of this kind of die. Let's see. I have this kind of die from Aliexpress that makes a larger bow. So I cut that piece and I cut this piece. And then you basically just chop this off. And so what I did was used these scissors and I cut here. And that gave me this edge. So this is not so bad either. If you have a squiggly lined one, that will probably be a lot better. This is probably okay for packaging and stuff, but I wanted to make little paper clips and just little embellishments with it. So I wanted, you know, the little itty bitty ones. And like I said, this Aliexpress die comes with an even smaller itty bitty one. So if you have the patience to stand there and kind of punch the edges and everything and make those tiny little bows, you definitely could make these even smaller. But like I said, quick and easy. The die that I used was under $2. And you know, I didn't want to invest in an expensive die just for Halloween. I don't do too much Halloween crafting anyway. And of course they're always going to look different because when you're punching it's just kind of random, so they kind of don't all come out the same uniform look. Some are shorter, but definitely really cute. And I think for the price of this die, it's worth giving it a shot, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed that tiny little tutorial. I know I don't always do tutorials on this channel, but I was sitting around working on a craft project for Halloween, and I really wanted to use these kind of little bat bows for some embellishments. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you think, or if you have a different way of doing it that's easier or a little more efficient than mine's, definitely let me know in the comments down below. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.